Administrative analyst. I handle all correspondence with Metro and NTD reporting.
You want to start?
Yeah, great. Hey everyone, my name is Brian Nelson. I'm with Via Transportation.
Connie, you want to go first? You unmute yourself.
There I am. Okay. Hi, I'm Connie. I'm with Catalina Taxi and Tours. We run the public transportation on the island that is not run through the city. Did you hear that?
I
Yep.
think it,
Thank you.
and then I see Rich Rogers.
Yes, good afternoon, Rich Rogers. I'm the COO for Transportation Concept. Glad to be here. Thank you.
And then Brett Baum.
Hi, I'm Brett Baum, the Transportation Concept, Director of Operations. Being first with the operation of the transit.
And my name is Christopher Lamp. I'm the project manager for Avalon Transit for Transportation Concepts.
Scott Neely.
Yes, my name is Scott Neely. I'm with MV Transportation.
Okay. And I see there's Judy Smith on the line, but it doesn't seem like she has audio right now. So we'll just go ahead and get going. I want to just quick note, the meeting's being recorded. The recordings will be provided to all of you for reference. It will also be made available to other prospective bidders as an addendum to this RFP. In addition to the addendum with the RFP with the link to this meeting, we anticipate additional addendums to modify some of the information originally provided in this RFP. I'll be sure to mention those modifications throughout this meeting and then send you all copies of the official addendums as soon as we have those released. So if you're not familiar with Avalon, we're the only incorporated city on Santa Catalina Island and are located about 22 miles off the coast of Southern California. Avalon's approximately 2.5 square miles. Santa Catalina Island is part of Los Angeles County, and our public transportation program is coordinated through LA County MTA or Metro. So this is the first modification or clarification that we'll have in an addendum, and that is that operations and reporting must be in compliance with Metro's policies. The published addendum will include samples of the monthly and annual reports that will be required by your operations. So the goal of our future public transit system is to improve transportation and wayfinding for Avalon's approximate 1 million annual visitors, as well as our about 3,500 year-round residents. Additionally, we want the transit program to help alleviate congestion and demand for on-street parking in our downtown areas. There is a transit system in operations now, but our wish is to redesign that system to better align with the needs and expectations of our community and our visitors and just improve efficiency overall. So the city has procured 5 2023 Polaris Gem E6 low-speed electric vehicles. We expect delivery of these vehicles sometime in the first quarter of 2024. In addition, we have 2 2022 Ford E-Transit 350 electric vans. One of those vans is a 7+1 passenger van. That van is already on the island. And then there's another van that's a 12 passenger van. I'm expecting delivery of that sometime in the first quarter of 2024 as well. The city, in addition to providing those vehicles, will provide storage and charging facilities for those vehicles when they're not in service. And the city will also be providing the maintenance of that fleet and the charging facility. We're looking for a service provider and someone to develop and implement a comprehensive public transportation system. Now that system can include any combination of fixed routes or point-to-point services, but whatever system is developed must be ADA compliant at all times. There also must be some type of transit service available 7 days a week. And ideally that system would extend to the arrival of the first ferry boat we get every morning, which is typically around 7:30, and the departure of the last boat in the evening which this time of year is 7:45 p.m., but can be as late as 11 o'clock or later in the summer season if we have a special event. The successful bidder will propose a turnkey operation that will include a description of your services, your routes, your hours of operation, etc. The second addendum note that I want to make is that on page 7 of the RFP, item number 8 notes that the fee proposal for this, for the proposal should be a lump sum. Now, where possible, we would like you to please itemize your fees. Though the service areas in Exhibit A2 include starred point number 3, which is Hamilton Cove, we would be interested in proposals that could potentially exclude this area. So we want you to be able to see that in your fee proposal so we can make the determination if it aligns with our resources to include or exclude that area. Does that make sense? The RFP indicates the city's interest in making these transit services free to our community of residents and visitors. However, if your firm feels like changing that charging model is better, the city would be willing to consider a model that charges a nominal fee to its users. So in addition to the development and implementation of the transit system, the successful bidder will be responsible for daily cleaning and upkeep of the vehicles, maintaining insurance, and managing staff, etc. You're not required to have a brick and mortar office space on the island. However, we do have an office space that we could make available to you, but it is a very small space. It should be noted that the details of the new services, such as the name of the service, logo, branding, all that, are still being finalized. But I think it's an item that the city would really love to collaborate with the successful bidder on. Fundamentally, though, the city would have final say on whatever's selected. It's also not addressed in the RFP, but the successful bidder will also be primarily responsible for marketing their services to our community. The city manager will provide oversight on that potential marketing campaign and the budget. The deadline to submit written questions to staff is 3 p.m. on Monday, November 28th. And then we'll do we'll go ahead and respond to those and get those out to everyone. All proposals are due by January 5th, 2024 at 3 p.m. An additional addendum will clarify or allow that electronic submissions will be considered. We anticipate that the proposals will be proposals and a staff recommendation would be provided to our city council during our January 16th, 2024 meeting. And then city council would authorize our city manager to negotiate a contract for operations. We'd like that contract to be in place by early March, and then operations to be turned over by April 1, 2024. All right. And that's it in a nutshell. I guess we're open for questions unless anyone else has anything else to add.
No.
No.
Questions?
Hi, Connie.
Hi. No, I'm good.
Okay, great.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would Avalon like to see pricing for hardware inside the vehicles and installation fees for that as well?
Sure, that'd be great to itemize.
Okay.
This is Scott Neely with MV. Do you have a proposed contract term in mind? In other words, the length and if there would be optional periods involved?
Tentatively, we're thinking a 3-year agreement with 2 one-year renewal periods.
Okay.
But that would be subject to negotiation.
Right.
If a vendor would need a longer term contract because they were making a larger investment, we could see lengthening out the term of the contract.
Another follow-up question. Again, this is Scott Neely with MV. Is there a labor union in place currently or not?
No.
No, the labor would all be provided by the responsive bidder, but no, there's no labor union in place.
Okay. And then would any 1070 labor law code material be made available to the proposals, or does this contract not follow that particular?
Good question. We'll have to get back to you on that. We'll clarify.
Okay.
I think one important thing to note is their current contract requires commercial driver's license to operate the buses. This new microtransit system would not require any CDL licenses for staffing purposes.
In the special. CDL.
Yeah. Still need a driver.
Does Avalon have like a vision for how it wants to designate its vehicles, or are you mainly looking at the bidders to kind of ideate and kind of dream up of what that could look like?
Yeah, we have our vehicle fleet, but yes, we're definitely thinking that we would collaborate with a vendor or bidder to determine the look of that.
Yeah, and designate, I mean, based off of, you know, dial a ride, fixed route on demand of how each vehicle would be used, or is that what you're looking for from the bidder?
Yeah, we're looking for the bidder to make that determination, but we're also granting you the flexibility to make the best determination. Because our visitorship is so seasonal, there might be times that the 12-passenger van running a fixed route might offset the transit needs better than just operating everything as a point-to-point or dial-a-ride. So we're looking to the bidder to make that determination, and then to also have the flexibility to make adjustments as needed.
Perfect, thank you.
Devin, just to confirm, again, this is Scott Neely with MV. Can you explain again the pricing that you're looking for? The RFP discusses a lump sum fee, but you had mentioned something about creating some line items.
Yes, sir. Specifically, we'd like to have flexibility and then the ability to really collaborate with the vendor to determine what services would best serve our needs. So in order to do that, we were hoping for you to itemize services in general. So the example that I use and something that we would like to see in proposals is on exhibit A1 in the RFP. It's an image that shows the city of Avalon boundary map. There's 3 star points in there, and star number 3 is Hamilton Cove. So we would be interested in proposals that would maybe potentially exclude service from Hamilton Cove, because it is a distance away from the epicenter of town and the population. So if you were to exclude services from Hamilton Cove, you know, what would that difference be in the overall proposal? Similarly, an hourly breakdown of what you anticipate if you were to include a fixed route service, what that would look like versus a point-to-point system. Or if, and additionally, if there's any like standard administrative overhead charges, we'd like to see those items kind of teased out of the proposal so we had a better idea of what our services were costing us.
Okay. And typically what we would do in those situations is also a breakout between the fixed cost and the variable, so that you can see what our true fixed costs would be, and then what are just separate to the amount of service or volume that would be anticipated, so you can make choices along those lines.
That sounds great.
The one other question I had was, can you share what the fixed route schedule looks like when there is a cruise ship in the harbor versus when there isn't one in the harbor?
I believe our fixed route operates the same.
The fixed route currently goes to the Descanso, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys do go out to Descanso, right?
Yes, the route currently goes out to Descanso Beach all year round.
Descanso and then up and back in and then up to, the botanical garden. And then back down towards the mall, back to the mall,
Yes.
basically. And that's basically the loop that you do.
The number of vehicles, I don't think we add additional vehicles on cruise ship. It's more seasonally, so we may have additional vehicles in the summer in service, but not. And I could be mistaken, but I don't believe we do day-to-day fluctuations. It's more of a seasonal adjustment.
We do, we run 2 buses during the summer months. Pretty much, June, July, August, and I think just the week past Labor Day, right, Chris? Or late September, then we go back to running just 1 bus.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a piece that we want to address. We want to address how that ebb and flow happens during a cruise ship day in the winter time and the needs there versus winter time when it's maybe dead the rest of the time. So it's almost like another season. It's so another loop in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any other questions?
Just one last one from me, again, Scott Neely with MV. Is there an anticipated or estimated amount of hours that you are looking for bidders to propose? Or is it kind of a free-for-all for us to design what we think would best fit the city of Avalon's needs?
We'd like for you to feel the flexibility to design something that you feel like is best, but we would like something that operates a minimum of 7 days a week. And ideally, it would mirror the arrival and departure of the first and last ferry boats to Catalina, just so that way we can be sure to accommodate the influx of visitors arriving and departing to the island in the morning and evening time.
And those times are seasonal, so we can provide that. If we don't have that, we'll make sure we get that out there.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful to make sure that you get bids that you can evaluate from one to the next.
Right.
Now, I think the only other follow-up we had was, is there an opportunity for us to come and do, obviously we weren't able to make the meeting directly, but to come out and view the site itself at another alternate time?
Absolutely. Please reach out, let me know when you're going to be on the island, and we'd be happy to show you around.
Okay, excellent. That's all from my standpoint.
All right.
Okay, anybody else? Okay,
All right.
great.
All right, thanks.
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks
Thank
much.
you.
Got it.
Thank you.